had it very difficult during the 40 years of their travels in the desert after leaving Egypt. Our ancestors claimed there's no water, there's no food. They went even to extremes to say, in Egypt we used to receive that, and here we have nothing. Weren't there enough places to die in Egypt that we had to come to the desert to die? And after all, Egypt really was a worship of death. Why did we have to come to the desert? And he had to confront this all the time. Well, you can't blame our ancestors either, because life in the desert is very difficult. It's not the best place to be in. But there was one rebellion that was different. There was a guy by the name of Korach. This Korach was of the same tribe as Moses and Aaron. He was a Levite. And he didn't challenge the difficulties that were present in the desert and that made life so impossible for the Jewish people. No, he challenged the leadership of Moses. Why you and not me? He used an argument, of course, that everybody is holy, why you and Aaron should be on top of everybody else. We're all very important. But deep down, it was envy. Deep down, he wanted to be in their position. Deep down, he said to them, I am just as smart as he is. I'm just as studious. I'm a rich man. If you're rich, you also want power. So he wanted power. This is actually what happened. One of our rabbis says really that it's envy, greed, and the seeking of honors that take a people out of his place in this world. You know, and there was envy, there was greed. He wanted honors also. Maybe this is what happened in the case of Cain and Abel also. You know, they had divided the world among the two of them. Cain was the owner of the real estate, of the earth. And Abel was the owner of everything that crawled on top of the earth, of all the animals, everything that was on top, that was his. And Cain used to tell him, don't stand here, this is my property, go someplace else. Well, there was always some kind of rivalry. But there's one thing that comes to mind, in addition to the other things, that Cain was angry because God didn't accept his offering and did accept the offering of Abel. There's something comes to mind, which is the following. The Bible doesn't say anything about Abel protesting against what Cain was saying to him. Abel seems to be a non-actor. He is the object of things that happen. His brother kills him. But did he protest? Did he do anything? Did he fight? We don't see that. In the case of Moses and Korah, it's different. Moses, we're going to put your claims to a test. God will decide who is the one that he really selected. Is it you or me? Moses doesn't freeze when he is challenged. He acts. You know, there's a resurgence of anti-Semitism in the world today. Inexplicable why this is happening. And there are basically two schools of thought. One school says the following: don't make too much of any anti-Semitic expression, because by doing so, you're really inviting other anti-Semites. That'll be in the headlines and people will speak about it. Let it pass by, it'll die by itself, of itself. And there are others that argue the opposite. They say, no, if there is an expression of anti-Semitism, fight against it. Each and every one of them, you have to react. Well, what should you do? The Bible says that the plague of, what was it? I don't remember which plague, that one animal came out of the river and he called all the other animals to follow him. It actually started with one. In other words, when you make too much publicity about one thing, maybe others will follow as well. I am of the opinion, no. I think that every expression of anti-Semitism has to be confronted. You have to face it. You have to fight against it with all means available to you. Don't do what Abel did, at least what we read in the Bible. He did nothing about it. Do what Moses did. When he was challenged, he said, let God decide. Let God show who is the real leader of the Jewish people. When you see an act of anti-Semitism, react against it, because you never know what will bring. One will bring, really, it's contagious. It'll bring about another. Well, let us hope that we live to a day when anti-Semitism should really be a thing of the past. Do I think it'll be so? I really don't know. But I do know that I have to react with energy if any expression of anti-Semitism occurs.